Hi everyone, my name's Alyssa Klingahoots. Thank God we are at the end. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We are doing a presentation for Capstone, the reflection video. We're going to start off. I did hypertension, and I chose that. I wanted to recognize hypertension as a health issue for my Capstone project and worked with my mom. She's been dealing with some high blood pressure for a couple years now, and also known as hypertension. And this is a common health condition, and it raises the risk of heart attack, heart failure, stroke, aortic aneurysm, and PAD. It can even lead to eye and kidney problems. Blood pressure is exerted by blood, and it passes into the blood vessels against the vessel walls. Systolic blood pressure and the diastolic blood pressure are two numbers that are measured in millimeters of mercury. The top number is called the systolic, and the diastolic number is the bottom number. The higher number is usually the top number, we hope, which is the systolic. It shows the blood vessel pressure as the heart muscle contracts. When the heart relaxes between beats, that's the diastolic blood pressure. In the United States, the chance of developing hypertension at any stage during one's lifetime is about 90%. Hypertension is diagnosed when the blood pressure increases above a target level, and on at least 2 occasions, because as we all know, high blood pressure can be caused from stress, eating, multiple things. So we need to have more than just one high blood pressure for it to be considered hypertension. Enhancing self-management of hypertension by monitoring your blood pressure at home, educating yourself on diet. The best diet that can be learned and utilized with hypertension is the DASH diet, and increasing exercise, quitting smoking, and monitoring your blood pressure, journaling it, saving it so you can show your doctor, when is your blood pressure high? Are you stressed out that day? Did you do something more than you should have? Are you doing more work in the yard than you did the day before? Why is your blood pressure high? Patients that are actively involved in the decision making and the treatment they received as a result of the intervention. When these patients are involved and their families are involved, it's useful to develop the targeted interventions. So it's proven that if the family has a team behind them, collaborates together, works as a team, the outcomes are much better. For telehealth, I'm just kind of going through all the things that I learned, because I've never even sat and thought about, how much we use it just at work. The blood pressure machines, the telehealth doctors at night, we use the internet. For my mom, we use the internet to look up the credible information. We use blood pressure cuff. We're not doing it manually. She doesn't know how to do it manually, so we got a blood pressure cuff, and actually I bought her a smartwatch that has an app that actually takes your blood pressure with the watch, and it documents each time. So we have it set to do it 3 times a day until our next appointment, just to be safe. I guess I learned that hypertension is a silent killer, so the last thing I want to do is lose my mom to something that could have been prevented. In this case, the patient took an active role in the evaluation and showed the desire to change. She wanted to change her lifestyle and achieve a healthy blood pressure. Us as her family, we reacted favorably to the measures and helped her come up with the interventions. We're going to try to reduce stressors, help her with the technology, because we all know the older generation cannot work a smartphone or a computer. So to start her out, we will be helping her do that, and we're going to help her improve her understanding of hypertension. Let her know that you know, we can look up this information online. It's at our fingertips. We just need to use it. Obviously, in the BSN program, it stresses credible information, evidence-based practice, which, I mean, before this, I've never even sat and thought about it. I mean, you just Google something and it comes up and you read WebMD or the first thing that pops up, and it's not credible. The information we're getting from that is not accurate. So it's important to know and help her with that. So that has been huge. One of the main things I've learned from this program is get your information from the right place rather than the wrong. She mentioned that using blood pressure monitor, reducing stressors, and incorporating a new healthy lifestyle decisions has already helped her live a healthier life. Like I said, she's been dealing with this for a little while. She went in, you know, like everybody else, you leave and you think, oh, I got this under control. You don't. You forget half of what they say, if not more. And then you thought, oh, I got to change what I eat. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll eat this today. I'll go out to eat today. So she's got us to in her corner, no McDonald's, no, we're going to eliminate some, you know, the salt. We're going to eat vegetables. She's going to be irritated with us by the end, but hey, as long as she's here to be irritated with us, that's our goal. She's added some activity, exercise into her daily. She goes on some morning walks. On the days she doesn't work, she goes for an evening walk. She works at a cheese factory, so she does get a fair workout at work. So those days she's very tired, and I don't expect her to add a walk in, but and in the summer she likes to do a lot of gardening, so we're gonna have a goal to do a little bit more of that. For the DASH diet, again, quit smoking. We got her some Chantix yesterday at her appointment. So one of her goals our intervention was to quit smoking. So we got Chantix. We're going to her intervention. She was going to list 3 measures. So we got Chantix. We're going to chew sunflower seeds when we're in the car, because we all know that when you're in the car, you like to smoke, or people do. And then after you eat is a big time when people want to smoke. So then she's going to find something to do after she eats to try to get her mind off of that. The DASH diet I kind of explained. Maintaining healthy weight, which the DASH diet is going to help with that. Restricting alcohol and reducing stress. She does have a lot of stress. She is one that takes pride in her work. So she gets stressed out with that. She gets stressed out with work. She works long hours. She works 12-hour days. So for her, she just needs to realize that leave work at work, do you at home. We're going to find some ways for her to eliminate some of that stress. We've even actually talked about her getting a different job, maybe 12 hours a day, 3 to 4 days in a row is too much. She has other issues other than just hypertension. She's got some bad shoulders and joints and stuff, so it might be time to look at some of those other stressors and start eliminating some of those as well. Patient satisfaction and experience are improved by practical cooperation, communication between the patient, family, and providers. For this, we used telemedicine to Zoom with her provider just to check in, and she's going to continue to do that just to report her blood pressures, which saves on gas, saves on time. She doesn't have to worry about working a 12-hour shift, having to run over to the doctor. So the use of technology there is huge, and the blood pressure cuff, the smartwatch. Effective management necessitates continuous supervision, self-monitoring, and easy access to the patient's treatment during this period. The level of treatment was increased as a result of improved education and care management. As a result, the patient and family were pleased with their treatment and continued to use these management interventions. And we are going to continue to use these interventions until we are satisfied with our results. the use of peer-reviewed and evidence-based to implement the Capstone project. During this Capstone project, I reviewed some evidence-based articles on hypertension, which helped inform the treatment and the treatment plans I provided to my patient. They were all credible. They were credible sources. I found most of them on the Capella Library website. They're all published within the last 5 years, and they were all pertinent information to hypertension, self-treatment, care planning, teamwork, communication techniques, health, and telehealth usage. Also, the policies and procedures. I was pretty impressed. I was talking to a coworker about HIPAA, and I was able to give her some information about HIPAA that I learned from this program. Based on my findings on clinical outcomes, patient preferences, options, needs, and current hypertension studies is what I based my findings on. To prepare a patient-centered treatment, family and patient feedback was utilized. I did work with a nurse here at the hospital. She guided me through some of the technologies available and how to use them, such as what blood pressure cuff I should buy for her to use at home, and the Zoom program, and stuff like that. They professionalize. They're rock stars at that kind of stuff. So it's nice to go and sit and talk to them about all the different ways that patients are able to communicate to the providers down in the clinic. I work on med surg, so I don't see that like they do. Video calls and telephone we used the phone more because of COVID-19. Now we're able to have one visitor, but before you could not have any visitors with you in the clinic. So that's one thing the nurse said is, during COVID, all these video calls, all your appointments are video, and you're able to get your appointment in. Might not be the way you wanted to, but they're getting an appointment with the doctor. I evaluated my patient preference and needs, practical experience, and clinical experiences to ensure that my patient received the highest quality of treatment and achieves the best health outcomes using the knowledge that I gained from this program on evidence-based practice. Like I said earlier, you don't think of, I got to look up, make sure it's from a credible source. You Google it, and the first thing that pops up, you look at it, and you're like, hypertension is caused by this, and it's not even true, or it's treated with this, or during this project, I used, like I said, technology to enhance the patient-provider contact and promote hypertension self-management. My project's success hinged on the patient's use of technology to monitor her blood pressures, which the smartwatch also monitors her fitness. It checks her oxygen, gives her heart rate, which is all going to lead to a healthier lifestyle and some healthier lifestyle changes. Since the patient could conveniently use the blood pressure app and her smart devices, we focused on using the teleconferencing video calls, the Zoom, and we had some difficulties transferring that data. I've never had to, I know how to work the smartwatch, the smartphone, the apps, but I've never had to send over information. So that's one thing I had to work with somebody down at the clinic to figure out how we did that and how we would get it to send over. And then they actually have an app that it just saves into their chart. So it's pretty neat. So that was one thing we had to work with the community health worker to get that rolling. And we learned fast how to use the technologies that we had at our fingertips. You like I said, you don't think, I have that app on my phone. You do. You have that app on your phone. There's an app for everything. Telehealth enabled me to inform my patient while saving her money, because she could communicate with the doctor via video. And submit her blood pressures via the internet. We also looked up the information on the internet, such as a DASH diet, and my patient benefited enormously from the use of technology, which I really think we all do every day. Sometimes it can be a not so good situation, but most of the time it's pretty good. The policies, obviously I learned a lot about government policies. I've never really looked into those prior to this. Reading and learning about them, and for me it ensured my patients' wishes and needs are recognized, communicated to the appropriate people at the appropriate time. This information is used to guide the delivery of safe, relevant, and successful care, and ensure the protection and quality care. The government creates various laws, statutes, and regulations for most healthcare systems. HIPAA, the Affordable Care Act, are just two of those that are used in the planning. Obviously, everybody's familiar with HIPAA, and they're great things. So even the nursing code of conduct, they're all there. They're all there for a reason. We need to utilize them. The Capstone project outcomes matched our initial predictions. The result of the project is what I hoped for. I concentrated on hypertension due to the lifestyle decisions and recognized the value of making small changes in everyday life. I wanted to strengthen the health outcomes by discussing my patients' issues and putting in place the appropriate treatments and interventions. We were able to enhance self-monitoring of our blood pressure and adopt a DASH diet, increase some exercise, monitor the blood pressures daily, quit smoking. We need to, that's our goal here for the future. Is that's going to be an ongoing process because it's such a hard habit to get rid of. The patient is now engaging in health promoting activities, and us family members are providing her with some additional assistance. We've discovered ways to save money, making it more cost effective to alleviate some of the stressors. My patient has expressed gratitude for the treatment she has received during this period. She's followed the DASH diet. We're working on quitting smoking. We increased her physical activity, and we're dealing with some life stressors daily to see how we can eliminate those and find ways to cope with the stress rather than stress about things that we cannot control. We can only control the controllables is what I keep telling her. So don't stress about the things we cannot control. Improve care planning and better teamwork and communication in the health system are other results that matched my prediction. The support we received from the healthcare professionals was consistently positive. My strategies for improving my patient's condition would contribute to the healthcare systems, their help, their education. Technology is used in many areas of treatment and minimizing social contact, obviously during COVID-19, and as a result, incorporating mobile applications into the hypertension management has helped improve the cost-effective treatment. My personal growth throughout the Capstone project, from the RN to the BSN, it's made me significantly better at being a nurse, not through patient care, but the knowledge that I need to be a good nurse. It's contributed my personal and professional growth by obtaining patient consent, accepting responsibility for my decisions, engaging in multidisciplinary team, in patient care, ensuring patient safety, the quality of care, and the consistency in delivering this care to the patients. You don't think about that. I mean, you learn as an ADN the things you need to know to be a nurse every day, the hands-on stuff, but you don't learn the evidence-based. I mean, some you do, but this program has done wonders for my education. I've read numerous nursing and academic papers to broaden my understanding of not just hypertension, but many other disease processes through this BSN course, learning evidence-based practice, the opportunity to enhance the patient's health status by using technology, using the services that they've all influenced me throughout this course and throughout this project. All of my patient priorities and objectives can be met thanks to the healthcare system's interdisciplinary teamwork and strong communication skills. In my nursing education and practice, it is essential to understand the patient's interests, their needs, assessing their education level. Are they going to understand what you're telling them? Their ethical values play a huge part in patient care, teamwork, and science. Furthermore, mobile health apps' ability to track our patient's condition and improve adherence can help minimize the workloads and enhance care delivery quality when healthcare providers work together as a team. Healthcare will reach new heights in patient care, provider welfare, and resolving growth in healthcare problems. In terms of healthcare, we are the future. And I just want to thank all of my instructors, all of my classmates. I've reached out to several classmates. We've worked together as a team. My instructors have been wonderful. I cannot say enough about the instructors here at Capella. I couldn't write a paper to save my life in the beginning. I didn't have a clue how to look up evidence-based practice. I come from the bottom up. I worked hard. This program is wonderful. I cannot say enough good things about it. And I have to say, my last instructor here, Dr. Laura, she texts me. I mean, how many instructors take the time out of their day to text their students to tell them, good job on your first paper? That made a world of difference how I looked at this class. I actually took a week and a half off in between my last class and this class because I was scared to take this last class. I've heard Capstone's super hard, but my instructor, she's been hands down amazing. Like, I can't even get, my gratitude for her is just, thank you. Thank you guys for taking the time to help us nurses. Obviously, we're really busy. We're able to complete this course online. I have 5 kids at home. I could not do this going to school, so I'm very thankful for all your time and what you do for us. So thank you. Again, Alyssa Klingerhoots, and I'm signing out of Capstone, but I won't be gone for long because I might come back for my master's, so you might see my name again. But again, thank you and enjoy your day.